this is like, it's like super bad to me.
no, it's the exact same scene. The music dies out and they just go,
you dance hot. It's just like, and then like it ends. It's like, okay, that was fucking weird. I don't know what to do.
I do also kind of like to think that Johnny is like so into dancing that like when the music stops, he's like, people, we're here to fucking dance, all right?
Yeah.
We're here to dance, so fucking dance. Gary, play the music. Play it.
well, hello and welcome to the Confused Breakfast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Yeah, dude.
It's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your house, but there was something truly special about coming home from Harvard for the summer to show the goddamn daughters a good time, all the daughters, even the dogs, and then heading to Blockbuster on the way home to pick out a movie by hand and watch when you got home. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who always get put in a corner, Sean Pryor and AJ Vance. How the heck are ya?
And haven't you learned your lesson yet?
Yeah. Here I am.
Don't do it.
Here's my corner. At least I got TV.
Yeah.
So,
At least I got,
thank goodness.
you know.
Kwansu dudes.
Thank God you got Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah.
on yours. I would rather have that than this TV.
I mean, like, we are in the midst of Swayz Uncaged. I cannot wait to light the ceremonial Nick Cage
The
candle.
ceremonial
Please
candle.
don't forget.
I'm
Don't
not
you
going
dare.
to.
Please don't
It's
forget,
the
dude.
only thing on my mind.
Is it allowed next week at the Outsiders, or does it happen at Face Off National Treasure Week?
Is he in Outsiders? Is that the connection?
Aren't they both in Outsiders? Cage?
If he's in it, it's lit.
If he's
We haven't researched that movie yet, so just forgive us, okay?
if he's in The Outsiders, I'm going to be shocked. But that's fine.
Someone look that up while I'm reading this. Well,
Appreciate
boys, on today's episode, we discuss an Oscar award-winning film, the first film to sell 1 million copies on VHS, a movie that taught us all that you just have to carry a watermelon to get access to a private party, the movie that single-handedly made up my mind that I'll never take my daughter on vacation ever again. We're talking, of course, about 1987's Dirty Dancing.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Nick Cage is indeed in The Outsiders, which is why we chose it, because so is Patrick Swayze. Duh, it's the middle of the month. No big deal. If you're new to this podcast, we're going to be reviewing Dirty Dancing today, scene by scene, with a modern eye. But in order to do that properly, we got to talk about it with pure nostalgia first. AJ, first time you saw Dirty Dancing, what was your thoughts? What was your rating?
Oh, TBS, baby. What's up, TBS? They know all about their Swayze days. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's only I've ever been on TV for me. TNT or TBS or something along those lines. It's only ever been. And my mom, obviously, like every other mom in the U.S., probably was just like, and probably the world was like, oh, Dirty Dancing. Oh, we should watch this. And then you do kind of watch it. You're like, I don't think this is appropriate, Mom. And it's like, oh, no, it's fine.
It was above a bygone era.
Yeah, yeah.
Times were simpler.
This was 63. It was okay. Everything was okay in 1963. Everything was fine in 1963. Nothing was out of pocket, okay? No, I remember watching it. I didn't care, though, guys. What the heck did I care about?
It's a girl movie.
It's for girls. It's got Patrick Swayze. I don't like Patrick Swayze unless he's in
kicking
Roadhouse.
ass. Yeah.
Fucking right boot. No, I was like, well, it's Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey. Oh, that's cool. The girl from the sister from Ferris Bueller. Ew, she was the worst. So anyways, guys, I think Dirty Dancing's probably like a 4.2.
4.2. Sean, what about you?
Mom show me this movie. I'm sure it was like a thing where she's like, I don't normally do this, but this movie makes me excited. So I'm going to show my son this movie.
This is how you get girls excited.
Yeah. Learn to
teach
dance, do the mambo, do all these moves, just shake your hips, and you will get ladies.
Sean, I'd like you to notice, not a trench coat in sight.
Not a trench coat in sight. And that's what was the problem for me.
It's true.
All of the trench was in the pants in the 60s, 80s.
60s. Yeah.
Yeah, like you, AJ. It was a girl movie, but I did like the dancing in it. I liked, even at that time, the love angle of it as well. I thought she was super fucking cute. I didn't know what was going on down there for me, but it was happening.
My pants kept getting tighter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You knew this was going to happen, audience. You knew that this was what this episode was going to be.
But
like,
yeah,
so.
I mean, like
That's why you showed up.
It was a movie that I saw, and so that means it's a 5.
I thought that was 6.5.
That means it's a 6.
Oh no,
No, it's a 5.
A movie is 6.5. A movie you saw is 5.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is 5. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, this is a big NA for me.
Oh, wow.
This was an it's for girls. You know, it was
Yeah.
like that. When in reality, after watching this, I'm like, oh, this is very much for young boys.
Yes.
You know, like I'm realizing that I should have watched it. But out
How
of
many
principle,
shots of just pelvis?
Yes.
Is it happening?
They had a pelvis camera in the budget. That's what they were. It was like let's get a shorter tripod. That's good. Yeah.
no,
Turns me into a tripod.
There are many movies. I mean, what do you want from me at this point?
Produced by Linda.
We knew this was gonna happen.
Just trying to shorten it up a bit.
Guys, I've there's been movies over time that I've purposely said, I haven't watched it yet, so I'm still never gonna watch it. And I watched those. I refuse to watch them out of principle. Grease being one of them. I'm like, I'm not watching
Wow.
Grease.
Okay.
Not watching Grease. I'm not watching Dirty Dancing. That is not for me. So I'm a big NA. We do got Starling as executive producer today. He says, boys, I very much remember the hype of this movie in 1987. This was 50 Shades of Jennifer Grey.
Yes,
It was
yes.
such a phenomenon that I only went to the movies about 5 times as a kid, and this was one of those times.
Took the joke right out of my mouth.
Sorry, Starling.
He's a funny guy.
He's good, man.
My aunt had to see what all the fuss was about and took 3 kids under 13 along with her. I remember vividly that my local theater had shown the movie so many times that the reels broke 4 different times that day. We had to wait for him to fix the movie every 20 minutes. Everyone was talking about the movie, the dancing, the soundtrack, and the final number. It was an 8 for me for no other reason than I was 12 and part of pop culture's most famous dance movie of all time. So, as a group, nostalgic rating, we are 5.73. Not too great in the grand scheme of things. That's going to be All Alone, bottom 20. It's going to be right below Twister and Bill and Ted, and right above Harry Potter, the first one, and Airplane. That's how we nostalgically feel about it.
Wow.
And again, doesn't mean anything at all.
But
All right. Doesn't
it
mean
is
anything.
fun to talk about.
Yes.
Hey, and real quick, just a friendly reminder, if you love this podcast, want to support us, here's the ways. Support our sponsor. These are the companies that keep our lights on. Click the link, check their stuff out, grab their discounts. We genuinely love these companies. Number 2, sponsor us at patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. This is how you get perks like voting on upcoming episodes, modern day ratings, feedback of the movies we do, bonus audio episodes, private watch parties, private Discord channel, so much more. Number 3, share it. Hit the little share icon. Send it to a friend. You know you saw this with a sister, a mom, a brother. Share this. Say, you got to listen to these dudes talk terribly about Dirty Dancing.
Yes.
Send it. That's how you support us. We love you. But now we got to strip away the nostalgia. We're going to talk to Sean about the important details of the movie. Sean.
Thank you.
Slap.
Logan, have you seen Dirty Dancing?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Produced by Linda Gottlieb, written by Eleanor Bergstein, cinematography by Jeffrey Jur, music by John Morris, choreography, Kenny Ortega, directed by Emil Ordolino, and he also directed Sister Act. Kind of fun. Cast: Jennifer Grey, Patrick Swayze, Jerry Orbach, Cynthia Rhodes, Jack Weston, Janie Brucker, Kelly Bishop, Lonnie Price, Neil Jones, and Wayne Knight. The film, based on writer Eleanor Bergstein's real life as a young woman when her father would take his family to Catskills.
Catskills.
Tell me, I don't know. Where she actually danced in a dirty way and was also nicknamed Baby.
Wow.
Bergstein would write the script based off her experiences in Shop at Around Studios, but ultimately it had to be shelved.
Oh.
Bergstein found producer Linda Gottlieb, who got the script right away and eventually got Vestron Studios to agree to a quite low budget for the time of $5 million. A lot of movies at that time were being made for like $12 million. This was also director Emil Ordolino's first film, and he got the gig because he showed great passion for the material. Director Ordolino wanted actual actors who also knew how to dance as opposed to having stand-ins or stunt people. Winona Ryder, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Sharon Stone were all considered for the role of Baby. Billy Zane, Val Kilmer, and Benicio del Toro were considered for Johnny.
Okay.
I don't know about those. Ultimately, when Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze screen tested together, the chemistry was just undeniable, and the pair were cast. It is known that the two did not get along much when in Red Dawn together, and it would be more of the same in this shoot, but when things got to a boiling point between the two, the director and producers showed them their test screening to them, and they're like, oh yeah, we do kind of love each other, I guess. The filming took place in North Carolina and Virginia. The shoot was a bit tumultuous, as mentioned before, tensions between the two stars. The film also went over schedule, extending into the fall, which wasn't great for a movie taking place in the heat of summer. The lack of clothing people wore to make it look like it was hot. Obviously, they were hiding that they were freezing to death. Dirty Dancing was released on August 21st, 1987, and on a budget of $4.5 million. The film made $214 million at the box office and won Best Original Song at the Academy Awards. That's all I got.
Wowzers. Thanks,
Pretty
Sean.
good success there.
Pretty
They did it.
success. AJ, we got to go to you. We want to learn about the research that you did to tell us about the critics, fans alike, ratings, reviews. What do you got on this movie?
All right, guys. Well, I don't want to make that joke. I don't want to make that joke.
Gross.
The tomato meter.
There was something there that crossed my mind. I didn't want to make.
I hit the button.
I didn't want to make
your life.
I didn't want to
your
make
life, bro.
the joke about
Keep going. Get up. What is the tomato meter say?
tomato meter.
What is the number? Say it. End the bit.
72%.
Okay, wow, thank God. We're out of it.
You just didn't know where I was going to be taking that
No,
one.
I knew where you were going. I just wanted to make sure you didn't say it.
Oh, man.
kinda wanna know
I'm
now.
having the folding table. That 90% from the audiences as well.
Continue.
72%,
No, that's
Mike.
fine. Just keep going.
Where's that?
It doesn't matter.
fall?
Keep going.
On the... What about 7.0 for IMDb?
Well, interestingly enough, this is our 14th movie that is a 7.0. That is 8% of every movie we've done has been a 7.0.
And according to IMDb, that is a movie.
That is just better than being a movie.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay,
Yeah.
here's what it's tied with: Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Happy Gilmore, Wayne's World, Uncle Buck, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and so much more.
Masterpieces.
Masterpieces.
Masterpiecers. Well, the critics kind of agree with you. Kinda.
It's still on his mind.
I'm trying to move past it.
If you make it to the very end of the episode, AJ will tell you what he was going to say.
Nah.
Good. Yeah, don't do it.
Okay. Sheila Benson from Los Angeles Times said, smart and funny, touching and unabashedly sensual. The sweet sleeper of a hot season.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, daddy, said Sheila Benson. Let's see what other women had to say about this, too. Oh, FX Feeney's probably a girl.
All of the publications. All of the publications are like, you go see Dirty Dancing, Sheila Benson.
Yeah.
They just sent the women off to go see the girl movie.
This is literally like the 80s 50 Shades of Grey. Like, there's a reason why it was just home DVD sales skyrocketed, because they just went and bought this instead of something. That's fine. Globe and Mail, Toronto. Dirty Dancing is a flash dance with triple-digit IQ. FX Feeney, like I say. Above all, you've got Jennifer Grey as a rich girl at Summer Catskills, and you've got Patrick Swayze, working class dance instructor. The chemistry between them is red hot, and they're wonderful dancers. It's all we could care about. Somebody, Apparently, there wasn't enough Christian or science themes in this movie for the monitor itself of 50 out of 100. David Starrett said details of the 1963 period are weakly handled, though, and the ending is as false as it is sentimental. Zingers. False.
We just don't believe in it.
Yeah, guys, we've got the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers at our exclusive Discord channel via Patreon. You can join in there if you want to get in on this goodness.
A lot of people are like, how do I get my name on the show?
Yeah.
They are like that. They sound just like that, too.
How do I get to tell you my review of the movies?
It's so
Here
funny.
it is, patreon.com.
Because that's what I imagine this next person actually sounds like. Bluesbeard McDoozle's drummer fan 69420 actually jumped in there and simply said, "Yep."
It's not funny. And you would know what we're talking about if you joined patreon.com/confused.
Lots of content on there.
I am not going to give it away. But Jarrett lay off me, I'm starving. He said, I've actually never seen the movie, but the references throughout pop culture make it so I know it's a total banger, obviously.
Multiple ways.
You right. Wes Clark, thank you for jumping in there. Another favorite Little Lebowski in there. Said, loved this movie. My family liked this one and Ghost. The soundtrack is what I found fun, especially on rewatch. Of course you like both of those movies, right?
100%.
I was hoping Ghost was going to win the thing.
Yeah.
Over Dirty Dancing, but what are you going to do?
Well, the double dose of Patrick Swayze singing and acting, nostalgia is a 8.5. Rewatch was an 8.
Damn, bro.
Nice.
Heck yeah, man.
And proud we are of all of that.
I'm proud we are of all of that. I have a couple other little things to chit-chat about, okay? And I'm going to tell you that this is just called... I'm going to give some excerpts from this one. This is 10 out of 10. I'm a straight male, and I love this film. This film oozes with energy.
You didn't need to do
Said
that.
DJ Lee Manchester. Must be from Manchester. I'm male. Who are you trying to convince here, bud? And yes, I am straight.
Who are you trying to convince?
Who are you trying to convince? But this doesn't stop making. This doesn't stop making this film one of my all-time favorite films. I'm also convinced I'm not alone. I know for a fact that there are blokes out there that either admittedly or secretly enjoy watching and love this classic film. Not just English and British men.
What? Whoa.
But men worldwide.
Aren't English and British the same thing?
I think, yeah, apparently not.
Okay.
Apparently not.
It's totally okay if you're straight to like a movie with dancing in it.
Yeah. Nearly.
Holy shit.
Rightly so. Nearly 18 years on, and this film is still watched and enjoyed worldwide. People still able to relate to it. Most of my dance moves I use for work are taken from this film. There's so much energy. In fact, it's my firm belief, if people were brought up thinking watching these types of films are deemed as cool and okay to watch, the world would be a slightly better place to live in.
Again, I'm a dancer and I'm a male and I love this movie, okay?
Me
Just putting
too.
it out there.
Okay?
It's like, dude, you're fine.
Makes
It's
you
all
want to
good.
go out and enjoy yourself simply dancing. This guy wrote a really, really long review convincing us that he is a straight male who just loves dirty dancing.
Whatever, we don't care.
And I don't care if who you are. If you like the movie, that's great. This is a 1 out of 10. This is dorky dancing.
Wait, that's the name of the review or the name of the user?
This is the name of the review. It's Darren Wisbaum was the one who gave us this 1 out of 10. Oh my God, this has to be the crappiest film of all time. I mean, it has to be seen to be believed. Who in their right mind would want to spend their summer at a camp with a bunch of sexually repressed twits and old ladies who can't dance? Almost seemed like an asylum. Gotcha.
Did he say don't watch it at the end or no?
It just says, so what do we have here? A macho boy who can dance, a dumb, cute, spoiled girl who can't, another girl who can't dance finds out she is pregnant and can't dance with the macho boy in the dance-off. Nerds.
Don't even just.
I can't,
no, I'm not
I
doing
can't wait for the day where they're like, this movie it's so bad it has to be seen to be believed, and at the end they're like, don't watch this
movie. Instant classic. Yeah, right. That's how they finish it.
Cool.
I just skipped
Cool,
all the
cool.
like the over. Yeah.
Dorky Dancing by Weiss.
Guy, it's just one last thing. This one just says 1 out of 10. All of you are just sick.
Christian
Said
Science Monitor.
S. Burke in 1999. I just read a number of user reviews, and all I have to say is that you're all sick. This lame-brained, terribly scripted, terribly constructed, terribly acted movie is your favorite movie of all time. This is the movie that made me avoid Ghost for over a year. Because of seeing this, I incorrectly assumed that anything with Patrick Swayze in it was just going to be bad. I can see people being entertained by this movie. I really can, just not me. But to call it your favorite movie of all time, arg! 35 out of 97 people found that very helpful.
All right.
Sick.
Well, boys.
He was a pirate.
Dark. Plot twist. Pirates can't dance because of peg legs.
Johnny Depp should have been in this movie. Sorry.
Well, boys, it's been 8 weeks since we dabbled in the 80s films, and it feels so good to be back. Last week was a tough one, an emotional roller coaster. So what do you say we just chill out for this episode? We join them on their summer vacation, just have a relaxing time by the lake, learning dance moves, trying on wigs, making sure to keep baby from sitting in a corner, and raising money for abortions.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a hell of a summer to me. Just put your pickle on everybody's plate, college boy, and leave the hard stuff to me. Here we go.
Sounds honorable.
Scene 1. In the summer of 1963, teenager Frances Baby Houseman is vacationing with her family at a resort called Kellerman's, owned by her dad's friend Max. Exploring one night, Baby secretly observes Max instructing the waiters to romance the guests' daughters. She's instantly attracted to Johnny Castle, one of the dance instructors, who performs at a guest function with former Rocket Penny Johnson. Baby's brought to a secret staff-only dirty dancing party by Johnny's cousin Billy.
I do like this intro for the credits. What do you think of the intro, Mike?
It's fucking terrible.
You don't like it?
No.
Music and slow motion dancing?
No.
This I like the.
I don't like that we're literally, they just took footage from later on and just went, oh, we'll put it in the beginning. It's the exact same footage from the party.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we'll just put some filters on it.
Get that
fun.
Let's get that guy with the fedora and put him in here. That'll be good. That screams 1963 to me.
And let's use this unbelievably 80s font for this movie, even though it's in the 63s. You know,
super 80s.
It does it for me. The color pink, and
100%.
like it does it for me.
Oh yeah, like I mean, but you're right. It doesn't match the actual like theme or aesthetic of the film.
No,
How does how?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact that they decided that this had to be in 63 just is the weirdest choice for me.
I do think though that they kind of nail that aspect because when I first watched it, and it might be because like any movie that wasn't The Matrix at the time was just old to me.
Yeah.
And so like I did think that this movie was like in the 60s. Like I thought it was like made in the 60s.
No, yeah, I
when I was
agree
a
with you.
kid.
Like they did it well, but the fact that it had to be in the 60s was weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
just make it an 80s movie.
Sure.
Just like, oh, we went to the summer camp.
Yeah, we can listen to fucking Sam and Dave.
Yeah.
No problem in the 80s.
We can still do that.
Yeah.
But we can't listen to 80s music in the 60s.
Yeah, it kind of takes me back a little bit to like Donnie Darko and how there's like it's like they use almost like some political nuance to just kind of make it feel that way. And I don't know. Personally, I'm a little different from you guys. I did not feel like the 60s vibes until I took a good look at the cars, really. I don't know.
It was the graininess of it, maybe, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
no.
The idea that all these people were together at these resorts and having fun, and like it felt very 60s to me.
I gotta say, it has to be in like the 50s or 60s for it to be this kind of entertainment for a family
yes.
to go and do. Can we also just say though, before we dive deeper into that we could have just put the movie from The Shining or the music from The Shining over them in the car
Arriving to
They very well could have.
or yakety yak and like we could have just very
Dude, I think you're totally right. Where like things were, I guess, simpler then.
Yeah.
Where like the form of entertainment was just old people going to a place for a week or something like that. And
I don't even know. It's never implied how long they were even here for.
I assume maybe a week or something like that.
I can see
Seemed
it
like
being a
3
week, but I can see
weeks.
it being like 2 months.
I know.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
you just don't know what's happening here.
Like, yeah, the entire summer, like July, August or something.
Because they're like singing songs like, "Oh, we had the best time at Kellerman's."
It's like
yeah.
summer camp for the whole family.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like.
Kind of awesome.
And there's a part of me that I'm like kind of enthralled by the idea, but then at the same time, now I'm just like, it's so tchotchke. Oh yeah, we're having arts and crafts are
Dude,
coming
but,
up.
But I'll
It's-
tell you
yeah.
what, you don't want to admit it. Like you can watch this and be like, "Yeah, this doesn't happen today," but it does. Have you ever gone to a cruise on a cruise ship or
Yes.
an
Oh.
all inclusive in Mexico? This is the exact same thing.
Kind of the same
Oh,
idea.
wow,
huh?
curated entertainment.
We'll show a picture of a young celebrity and you have to figure out who they
Ooh.
are, and
It's-
that's an hour of programming
Yes.
in a cruise ship.
Yeah, it's more, most of the time these are going to be done in more destination joints more so than like the Catskills or the Wisconsin Dells. You know what I mean?
This place
Like,
looks incredible.
it
Though.
looks
I want to
insane.
go there.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it felt like the building from The Shining.
little
Actually,
bit.
It kind of had that feeling for
I
me. But
I do like this setting, at least like the summer. You know,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going somewhere for summer, and like you're younger than all of the literally people who are going to be dying the next month. Like you have to figure out your own way, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like what am I going to get into? I'm not into fucking playing poker every goddamn night and drinking scotch next to fucking this rapist, I assume.
Whoa.
whoa,
Oh, come on.
yeah, come on. guys.
But I don't know. I do like that aspect a lot because I remember like being on like vacations or like even just like a family reunion and we all went to a hotel. Like all of us kids would go find our own shit to do, like play in the skywalk kind of thing, you know. I do appreciate that. I think that gets me into the movie like literally right away.
Yeah.
It makes me think of like this time. I can't even remember exactly. It was like a Branson, Missouri, or like
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Ozarks, all that
Ozarks or Okoboji or something like that. You know, and we went and my brother Bob and I had to like find kind of our own thing to do. And we found this like other group of kids
Yep.
that were around and doing these types of activities. And then like, but we weren't a part of it. We weren't a part of the like the sign up sheet, right? we just came into it and you could join. But then we realized we came back after like the scavenger hunt thing and everyone was gone. The fact that we weren't on that sign up sheet was like, everyone's gone. It's over. We're like, oh shit. Well, now what do we do? It's like they forgot about us. It was really weird. I don't know. That reminded me of this so bad. And like all these places like this Branson, Missouri, the Catskills, the Wisconsin Dells. It's very, very Midwest summer vacation. Let's just try to find something that will keep the kids entertained.
You got to talk to the Jarrett Layoff. I'm Layoff me. I'm starving. Confused breakfast actor database. Not much to report here, but two that I did want to bring up from the first scene here. You got Wayne Knight as Stan being his first role. We all know him as Newman from Seinfeld, but obviously he was Nedry in Jurassic Park. And then, did you recognize Max Kellerman?
Sure did.
Played by Jack Weston. Of course, we've seen him before. He was Duke Best in Rad.
Yeah, dude.
And he's the same guy.
He is.
Duke, Max, he's just got all these names.
The exact same dude, man.
Yeah.
But the one thing you do have to talk about that I'm able to objectively watch these movies, the dancing is so goddamn impressive.
Yeah.
Like Swayze's so unbelievable in these type of things when he's got to be this beautiful man who can just capture hearts and can do things that like other men don't do, like dancing. You know, not many men did this kind of stuff especially in that era. Jesus. And I mean, this is really I like his gigantic breakout role. He had done a lot of like people knew him from The Outsiders at this point, but like when Dirty Dancing hits, Patrick Swayze is the man in the world at this point. And it's just him and the Roxette lady, I didn't write down her name. Them coming into this club and performing is just like, fuck, yes. And
Cynthia
it is,
Rhodes, sorry.
Yeah.
Cynthia Rhodes. Yeah.
And it also always bugs me. It's like, why is Max so mad about them doing this?
Yeah.
This is the coolest thing. If I was at this resort, anything to keep me from dancing, to just be like, oh wow, we got actual dancers
It's a
that are
show,
doing.
yeah.
I want to watch the show. I don't give a shit.
Or even when he's taking his like guys and telling them like, I want you to kind of swindle. I want you to kind of be like act as attractive as possible to these, these guys' daughters and everything like that, and their wives.
Even the dogs.
It's like, I want you to be as sexual as possible, but don't fuck them. And he's telling these like, 16, 17, whatever.
College kids.
Yeah, college kids.
College.
These virile fucking monsters who are just sacks of fucking, fuck machines pretty much. That's all they want. Like, you go rub on them, but don't rub inside of them.
Right.
Like, you
right.
fucking idiot.
Keep it on the outside.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to think that they would follow these rules.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's the keys, but don't actually use them.
I'll be honest with you. And I'm not saying it about like her dad. Jerry Orbach is her dad. I love Jerry
He's
Orbach.
so awesome.
So
great.
awesome.
What is it, like Law and Order?
Law and Order. Yeah. And so, but him they bring their daughters up to here, and it still seems like this like pimp out machine kind of a thing. Like bringing this up to be like. The daughters, like I'm bringing my daughters, hopefully meet some guys.
No, it
and
100% is.
It just feels that way. Baby, she's probably still too young. But for her sister, it's totally what it seems like. Like they are, one purpose of her being there and going for sure is to like find husband material.
And whether she was told that or not, she knows that.
Yeah.
She understands that this will be the summer I find my husband.
Honey, you brought 10 pairs of shoes. I should have brought the coral ones. Look at that hot guy right over there. And mom is like, oh, well, we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can get you laid. I don't know.
Yeah, even the dad is like, yeah, go get Robbie or whatever his fucking name is or whatever. Yeah, like throughout the whole movie, he's like pushing her to go, like, is that what you're saying? Is like they're bringing their daughters here to find another successful son?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Neil,
fucking
like
gross.
with
And this-
baby is super weird.
But this is the era, man. Like you needed to get married by 18, 19, 20.
Through this whole movie, man, I am just like, fucking white people, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, it's just so, it is very strange. It's like this Western version of like finding a mate for your kids, like
so weird.
of like arranging a marriage almost, you know what I mean? And it's so strange. And like, I think my parents are like looking for me, and Neil will just be like, "Oh, you're with me. They're not gonna care. Like, they're not gonna care."
Well, and clearly these are all rich families because baby clearly thinks that laws do not apply to her. The sign says no guests, and she's like, "Well,
I'm walking
I can
in.
just walk right past that. I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
It's this is like this is just where it's just so. Like I've been around people that have been like this where they go on vacation and they're like, oh, well, I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this group of people definitely wants me to hang out with them.
Yes.
You've been there
Yeah.
where the guy at the bar like will not leave you alone because he's like, well, we're friends now. Like just because you're sitting at this bar, now I'm going to talk to you and we're going to be great friends. And where are you going after this? It's like,
We should hang out.
That is the problem with sometimes people on vacation is like, look at baby. She's just like, oh, well, these guys want to hang out with me totally.
Yeah.
I know they
It
do.
would be hilarious if she just like after getting a watermelon walked in there, and as soon as he opened the door, it was just people fucking.
Just-
It was
I
just
think that's what they
laying
were
pipe.
implying.
Caligula orgy.
yeah.
Just
I mean, in the parliaments of the time, the 60s, I'm sure that's how
what it
that's
was.
how all these other dying people thought that was
Yes.
going on. But yeah, I mean, it was just hilarious to me to see. I mean, it might as well be, but they are like I do. Okay, so talking about the dancing and kind of like the anti-culture of it, what am I trying to say?
anti-establishment, or
Yeah,
like
kind of just like just rebelling against whatever they're doing. It's a good catalyst for me. Like this dancing, it does seem very provocative, especially like seeing baby walk in here and be like, "Holy shit! Like this is all new to me." I do like that aspect about it a lot.
they do a very good job of making her seem like the very innocent presence in this room that is like just sweat, sex, like, thank God you brought watermelon because I got to rehydrate somehow. You know what I mean? They do a good job of like putting her as like a very innocent person in this new realm.
It's kind of gross though too because she's 17.
Oh, okay.
And I feel that it is implied that Johnny's 25. By the way, that's implied. He was actually 35 in real life when he filmed
25.
This. She was 25, but it's implied that Johnny's 25, which implies to me that everyone in this room that's working is in their 20s. And so it just starts to get that's a really big, there's some moments in life that there are big age gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where they're even more than they really are.
If your girlfriend is 17 and you just turned 18,
that might as well be 10 years.
Well, I mean, that like obviously, like sociably, that's acceptable, right? I would say, but to the eyes of like the law and like these people here, probably not. You know?
I mean, like if you're a junior, senior in high school, and then you're a junior, senior in college.
Right.
Yes.
Wow,
That's
That's
pretty big.
massive.
that's
huge
what's
gap.
happening here, and so it's just weird.
Yeah, it's a lot different if later on in life, like you meet somebody and you're 36 and the other person is 31. It's a lot different than you meet somebody when you're 17. And they're 26, or you meet them and you're 17 and they are 12, and it's like,
giant difference.
See how that changes? That's a big perspective.
That's my daughter turns 6, and then Sean has a boy, and we're like,
let's get them
gonna
together.
get married. It's like,
let's get them together.
Excuse me, what?
What's going on?
Yeah, when they're in their 30s, that sounds great.
First of all, my son is going to see if she likes Evil Dead or not.
Okay.
Right.
So
we got to make sure.
This morning we had breakfast and headbanged to heavy metal music. So
There you go.
she's on the right track, man.
cool, she's on the right track, man.
She's a winner.
She's a breakfast person.
Not a cell phone in sight, though, guys, huh? Not a
Come
cell
on.
phone.
Not
in
a
fucking
cell
sight.
phone in
Just-
sight. That's
just
what I wanted to
fucking-
say too. Just lots of sex.
I do. Oh, sorry.
One thing is like he's his cousin or whatever who guides her in here
Billy.
with the water. Yeah, Billy. Billy's like, oh no, they're not together, and she's like, fuck. she's already making like, oh, I want him to take my chair.
It's nice melons. Okay. Like it is one of those weird. It is one of those weird things that and it kind of made me think. What's Johnny's cousin who's
Billy?
Billy. It's like, yeah, they're not even together. It's like, so you want to like go and hang out and like make out or something?
That's
And it's
basically
just
what
like,
he's saying.
but then she's like, I want nothing to do with you now. I only want that.
You were my entrance into the party. That's
Yeah.
all I care about. This is really funny to me when you just really break these moments down. She's there and she's like, holy shit. And Johnny comes over and he's like, come here. I'm going to teach you this weird thrust dance.
Yeah.
We're going to do this weird thrust dance. Okay, bye.
And
and goodbye.
Can we just please? This is like, it's like super bad to me.
No, it's the exact same scene. The music dies out and they just go,
You dance hot. It's just like, and then like it ends. It's like, okay, that was fucking weird. I don't know what to do.
I do also kind of like to think that Johnny is like so into dancing that like when the music stops, he's like, people, we're here to fucking dance, all right?
Yeah.
We're here to dance, so fucking dance. Gary, play the music. Play it. He's like, we already went through all the records, Johnny. I don't know what those. Play them all again.
do you know how hard it is to physically take a record off, put it back in its protective casing, pull the new one out?
I'm getting so mad at you right now, Gary.
You're
Play the
wasting. Just do it. You're wasting time talking about it.
We are standing still. I don't want any standing still. We are fucking dancing tonight.
These hips aren't going to thrust themselves. They need music, damn it. And like Johnny is apparently
Psycho.
He's the king of this place. He will just walk through and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to dance with you, rub on you for a second. Thanks, bro. High fives the guy and just like comes back over. He's like, I'm going to hump you now. And it's like, this is very strange.
I've
You
never
just get to
actually
dance
wanted
on
to
everybody.
not dance more in my life after watching these
Yeah.
movies. Like, I don't like to dance anyway, but then I watch this, I'm like, I don't want to dance ever again.
If the way that they're grinding on everybody, this is they should just if they made like a porno spoof of this, it would be like a dry hump fetish called dirty pantsing. That is just like lots of people just getting their pants real dirty. They're just dry humping this whole time, man.
I'm in, dude.
It's like there's nothing ever shown. It's just a lot of dry humping. And actually, they don't even need to make that spoof. It just exists with dirty dancing. It's just dirty pantsing in there.
Somebody actually told me that, and that's a good reminder that that somebody said we should try to find whatever movie we're doing, try to figure out what the porn parody is, and so we need to figure that out for. It's probably Dirty Pants.
I think it's dirty pantsing, and it is
squirty dancing.
Yeah, squirty pantsing.
We promise. Now that I know about it, we will do this in the future, and I'll continue to make my computer hard drive all kind of weird.
And again,
with all these searches I have.
It's like a dry hump fetish movie. That's what it is.
Donnie Darko's Donnie Dicko.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yes.
Cool.
Nice.
Scene 2. Max's grandson Neil flirts with Baby as the days go by and her sister Lisa begins to date an employee named Robbie. Baby finds a distraught Penny and learns that she's pregnant by Robbie. When Robbie refuses to help Penny, Baby borrows money from her father without explaining why to pay for Penny's abortion. At first, Penny declines, but eventually accepts. Do you think... I mean, I'm just going to do
Please.
Hit it! If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
Start it off, Sean.
This guy.
Is it Neil?
Oh, it's 100% Neil.
It's not Neil.
Okay, I'm joining
Is
up
it
on Neil.
Robbie?
No.
Okay,
It's not Robbie.
It's Neil for me. I've known people like this who are just like, yeah, my dad's does this. My dad's rich. And
I've noticed the catch of the county.
I own I own hotels or whatever the fuck.
I can get anyone I want. I'm entitled to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, look at my white privilege. Here it is. I have a card that says it.
This is very when he says, I love to watch your hair blowing in the breeze. That's a very suck me beautiful moment.
Yeah,
like
yes.
Gross.
it's just like these are just stupid lines that I was told would work because
Yeah.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
Like I was watching it with my fiance and she had her feet like just on my lap. We were just like chilling. She was crocheting or whatever. And that line happened. And I think she subconsciously retracted from me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to touch a single man for like another 2 months. Like it's not going to happen.
Her feet curled worse than fucking Wizard of Oz, man. It was worse than that under the house.
Well, I hate men now.
Yeah, it's like, well,
Fuck.
that's awful.
We're getting married in a month.
It is true because this guy is. It's literally. Oh, I don't have to have a personality. I'm rich when I have daddy's money or
Yes.
grandpa's money or whatever.
My dad's money makes me taller.
Yeah.
Well, I put stacks. I put $200 bills in my shoes, so
Yeah.
it makes me a little taller.
It helps me get up there.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, even Baby is taller than him, and so. But I will go out on a limb here, guys, for our equal opportunity punching, and I'm going to say that it is Lisa.
Which one's Lisa? Her sister? Dude, no.
How about it?
I actually like
Let's
her
go.
sister a lot.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later, but I like her sister.
Yeah, well,
it might not be.
we will
It might be the
definitely talk
dress.
about it later.
It could be
yeah.
the dress she's wearing. It could be something else. I don't know. I really like her.
We'll talk. Yeah, but yeah, not a fan of the old sister, but Neil is definitely up there as well.
I think Baby's a candidate too. I think a lot of people are punchable in this movie. Baby, again, this whole thing where she just literally is like, I'm a pal of these people now, and I'm just going to insert myself into all of their problems and try to solve everything. And like, this is just none of her fucking business. Any of this.
Yeah, it's none of her business, but I don't agree with not liking her because she wants to be a part of the group.
She's very starry-eyed to this new like life that she doesn't know anything about this kind of life.
I've had people come into like our friend group or whatever friend group or something and be like, hey, I just want to be noticed and I want to like be my personality around you guys. I'm like, okay, come on in. Yeah, like that's fine with me. But yeah, you're right. Like this is very personal shit that she's
Very
jumping
personal.
into.
And she's like,
Injecting
I'll get the money, and here's the money, and like, for her to even have that conversation with Robbie, who she doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Well, who cares about what Robbie has done and what his philosophies are on this? But she doesn't even know him. And here's this girl he doesn't even know being like, you got to give money for an abortion. He's like, what? And in fact, let's just help me out here. Is Johnny dating Penny?
I still don't know. I really don't. Like, and I don't. I want to come back to that, but I'll just say right now, all this abortion bullshit did not need to be here whatsoever.
Sean, my note is, oh, this is the plot. Because
Like,
I knew nothing of this
It's
plot.
literally the only thing to get Penny out of like dancing with Johnny at the end.
How about a sprained ankle?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what about the doctor? They need a doctor. Like she has to have something, a big enough catalyst to go and
sprained
get
ankle.
her dad.
They thought
mean,
it was broken.
That all worked really well, I thought. I think
That's not big enough for a baby to be like, your ankle, dad.
Okay, then
$300 now.
Fine, the bone sticking out of her leg. Fine.
Okay, I mean that's intense.
No, I think they could. I mean, I think they weave their way to, like, I think that's a good setup. What you're saying at
Yeah.
the end is like how she has to tell her dad like she's fucking him. But
Yeah.
I think they could have got there any other way without this kind of
Anything.
convoluted pregnancy thing. I really don't still get it. Almost.
And do you think it was kind of like edgy back then?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm sure it was
I think that's
taboo enough, to be like, it's like, oh no, like the pregnancy itself, like when they find Penny, it's like, why is she in the kitchen?
I thought someone would beat her when I
Yeah,
first
like,
watched it.
same.
And hey, in the 60s, was there like peeing on stick pregnancy tests? Was that a thing back in the
I don't know.
60s?
That's a good
Ooh,
question.
I don't even know actually.
Hit us up.
Hit us up, Logan. Let us know
Logan. Yeah,
Let us
Logan.
know how you found out if you were pregnant in 1963.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, will you tell me what the inflation is though for $250 in
Yeah.
1963?
Yeah, I will tell you. It's over $2,500. Can you imagine walking up to your dad, just be
At
like,
17.
"Hey, Dad, I need $2,500. I need $2,500."
What's it for? I can't tell you.
I can't tell you that.
Well, I
Is
did.
it illegal? I don't know.
I did have.
Are you trying to go buy like a small car or something? Because that's what you could do with this money.
I did have
What
$5
are you
grand
doing?
riding on this golf game just now. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can split it.
Whatever.
I don't care.
I guess we'll do it.
Her dad's fucking good at golf though. That beautiful shot of them on the green. Did you see
Yeah.
that where mom and dad are golfing and he sinks two
He
putts?
sinks 2 putts.
Like with that
Jerry
view.
Orbach's just like, yeah, I got this shit. I
Yeah.
don't really need to act today, man.
He's like, this ain't acting for me.
They
I'm
just showed
Jerry
up. They're
Orbach.
like, "Oh, are you playing around right now? Okay, cool. We're just gonna set up the camera. Just keep practicing."
One of the funniest things that happened while watching this was the last time I was. Like Harris and I will watch golf on like Saturdays, and like he's gotten to the point that when he sees somebody make a putt, he'll go like, ah! And then he saw this happen. He saw it happen twice. He's like, oh. It's like, oh yeah, buddy, that's really
Yeah,
funny.
he's really good. He knows Arnold Palmer.
It was extremely funny because it was completely out of the blue that
Yes.
it happened. So
Logan, what do you got, man?
No home tests until the 70s. Had to go to the doctor.
So she actually went to the doctor to find out she was
Okay.
pregnant,
Wow.
which is why she was hanging out in the kitchen at night.
right.
Yes.
So
got it.
that no.
No, it makes total sense.
She's like laying on a dirty like floor near the dishwasher. Like it doesn't make
It
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Wait, it's like I found her. How did you find her here? Like what the hell is going on? I don't know.
Can we talk about how kind of useless the mom is?
Oh, yeah.
She serves zero purpose in this movie.
The way she's dancing with Neil at the end makes me think she's another bungalow bunny.
Well,
She's
She's
you
a
know.
Vivian Bungalow.
I
Bunny.
know.
He becomes not a villain anymore because it's a happy movie at the end.
Oh,
And
good.
That's what happens.
Yeah, right.
and-
Neil's fine.
Yeah.
Neil's
and
had
so
a
is
change
Robbie,
of heart.
to be honest. Like I'm sure they just forgot to shoot him dancing with somebody.
Yeah, with someone else's wife.
She was just even the mom, like even her lines were terrible. Like they're on the golf course and she's asking for the money, or she's asking for something.
Yeah.
And she's like, baby, stand up straight.
Yeah. She's just over there, like, kind of
Critiquing
always
her posture.
nitpicking. She's always nitpicking her daughters.
Nothing to
kinda.
offer in this
I don't
movie.
know.
It's
Yeah.
such a weird
Stand
role.
up straight because these men need to see you
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how supple you are.
Put those shoulders back. Stick those tits out.
Yeah.
Would you push your ass around? Come on.
Do you have your high heels on?
How the hell do you expect to land one of these waiters if if you don't show them what you got?
Neil's ready to go.
Yeah.
He's coming just thinking about you.
We
okay?
are trying to get Neil.
Your dad's looking to retire here soon. Can you please get into some more money?
We're gonna need you to turn that pinstripe suit of his into a Jackson Pollock. Damn it! Now hurry up about it. God.
Well, let's move on to scene 3 then. So the procedure will take place on the same day that Penny's scheduled to dance with Johnny at a nearby resort. Unable to cancel, Baby takes her spot and begins taking lessons from Johnny to prepare. During her dance sessions with Johnny, they develop a mutual attraction, and despite their failure to execute a climactic lift, Johnny and Baby's performance is successful. This is where it's like, this cannot be the premise of this movie. You know, where it's like, oh, okay, so she can't dance, and because if we can't dance at this other resort, we don't get paid for any work that we've done all summer. So we will pick, of all these incredible female dancers that every night go to the dance parties.
Right.
We're going to get the girl we don't know who cannot dance to learn everything so we can spend all the time learning it so that she can fill in. This is so fucking stupid.
Let's get the girl we just met who was really terrible at the very simple dance move that I showed her last night.
She didn't get the thrust dance at all.
FYI, that was just last night. Okay, that's how much we know her. And you know what? Yeah.
We've got 2 days. We can make this happen.
Let's make this a real challenge for Johnny. Yeah. Not easy.
Johnny, you can make it. You can lead anybody. It's like, no, you can't.
But it'd be so much. We could kill so much more time if you just dance with Lisa over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lisa could just.
Lisa's
she could just
great.
step in.
You saw Lisa. She was, she had her pussy out.
How about you? Yeah, you just dance with Rachel. She's just another girl who is really good at dancing.
And you already kind of have chemistry with them because every night you just go from girl to girl.
Correct.
In your cool dance
Yeah,
circles.
you literally just start humping them and they receive it back.
Yeah, they've already felt your bulge graze.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
This is the worst movie premise of all time.
Uh-oh.
It's so bad.
Okay, so
the
can
premise. I'm just talking about the plot and the
Sure.
premise is just like, this is dumb.
Okay, well then on top of that, can we talk about their like training montage and like their their contentious at first relationship? I really buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the plot premise.
Sure,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about this fun. These montages are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
When that steady shot camera of her on the dock.
Yeah.
Learning the dances to wipe out. I fucking loved it.
Okay.
Like, it was so cool. She would just change positions. She'd get frustrated and kick the thing. And, like, it's just really good.
Yeah.
And I really buy them. Like I'll keep. I have like literally 3 or 4 notes where their chemistry is just fucking outstanding.
Yep.
And on fire.
It's pretty electric. I
Yeah.
mean, it's one of those things. What was it in? I don't know if anybody can have chemistry with Bill Paxton. I think anyone can have chemistry with Patrick Swayze
Or
Jennifer Grey. Yeah, I think,
and that's proven by the fact that they fucking hated each other.
yeah, that's a good point.
They hated each other.
It was a really interesting thing to read that because like at first it's really contentious and he's like kind of shoving her around and shit. It's like, no, it's right here. He's being kind of forceful with her. And I'm like, that might be kind of real, some of that.
If this movie came out today, the first thing everyone would do is, did Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey start dating during this movie?
Yeah.
I bet
like that
they
is the
did.
first thing you would look for because you're like,
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney and fucking what's his name and Say Anything. What movie?
I bet they're like,
Are they
I bet they
dating?
fell in love.
Totally dating.
But
They,
you
they
see-
fucked in the movie.
Yeah, you see these things on screen where it's just so believable, and this is one of them. And shout out to Jennifer Grey because she knew how to dance.
Yeah.
She's a really good dancer. To act like you don't know how to dance, that's like as musicians or singers, to pretend like you don't know how to sing or to pretend like you actually can't do something that you're really good at
Right.
is so hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for her to look like she really legitimately has no clue how to dance and slowly like gets it and then is unbelievable.
Well, I know we're in May of Sway's Uncaged, but like that's why I read her name first on the cast because I think this is her movie. I think she's the best in this movie out of everybody. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely agree with you.
What? I couldn't hear you.
Fine.
No, I like a lot of the chemistry and everything that's going on. It's that moment seeing when I really bought that Patrick Swayze was frustrated with Jennifer Grey, his character with baby, whatever, is that moment of like the tickle thing.
Yeah.
Watching his
seems
face,
real.
I'm like,
That is
you
real.
can't fake that at all.
It is
Like,
real.
His
So
face.
they did not direct her to laugh at that.
She was extremely tired that day, apparently, and they've been shooting like fucking all night, and they just needed to get this right. And she was just really ticklish, obviously, as she's just
she was not supposed to laugh.
No, not supposed to at all. And so he is actually frustrated.
Oh
it was
my
like
God.
it was like on the cutting
God.
room floor, and the editors were just like, "That's beautiful. Like that's exactly
It is.
that's their fucking chemistry right there. We need that in the movie, and so it's in the movie."
Wow.
I
see?
do have to wonder where the parents are at in this montage
Well,
of
yeah.
dancing, though. Like, aren't they there to hang out as a family? Doesn't Johnny have, like, responsibilities, like classes to teach and things to do?
Yeah, I mean, we do see some of that.
That's the thing.
Mostly just montage.
I got a class. Well, in the montage.
Yeah.
you're right.
There's a lot of it that it's built up to be like we kind of said earlier, that a lot of these people, a lot of these employees, it's like a Vegas hotel or something, or like they get away with it because they say they're hiring models,
Yes.
not like a waitress,
Yep.
right? And it's like that kind of bullshit, that they're there to kind of fuel their fire, you know, and kind of either whether it be sexually, whether it be dance with them. Johnny and all these other guys, they're supposed to be dancing with the patrons, not each other. You're not supposed to be doing this like, you start with this fancy dance, but then you're supposed to be dancing with each other, getting other people involved, other people included. And Johnny's just secluded up in his bungalow, just dancing with this girl.
Giant bungalow that no one else lives in.
No.
There would be plenty of space for lots of different beds and bunk beds for staff.
Indeed.
But it's just his.
No, this is mine.
It's in his contract.
It is one of those things that you just, baby is like, hey, you got to cover for me with Lisa, and it's that simple, I guess. Where are the parents?
Where are the parents here? I do have issues, though. This is where some other things happen to me. When all this music so far has been awesome. When they cut to Hungry Eyes, I'm like, huh. Yeah, like, because it just doesn't fit.
I love that song.
I know, I love the song too. I fucking love the song and I love the footage, but this is a movie in 1963. Why are you just doing this just because this is a new song?
We've covered movies like this before, I think, too, maybe, where they are having like music from whenever they made it in the movie, but it's a period piece of where we've done some movie like that.
Go back to last week. It's like putting Blink-182 in Donnie Darko.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're taking me out of it.
Yeah. You're using a song from 2001 that was made in a movie, or a movie was made in 2001.
That was supposed to be 14, 15 years ago.
That's supposed to be in 88 or
Yes.
something like that. It's like, it doesn't mash. It doesn't work, and I agree with you. I actually thought about that. I started wondering about some of these songs and when they were actually made. I was like, these aren't 1960s something songs.
Even when she's like outside of where she first discovers the Dirty Dancing people, like that sounded like an 80s song. And it sounded like it was like a more of a, or not omniscient, but like in the movie song, like it was because it was from far away. You know what I mean? So I'm like, wait, no, that isn't a song of the time. So why have it be like sort of faded so she's like listening in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That didn't make sense.
It's a weird thing to me. Yeah, I don't know. It bothered me upon rewatch.
Ooh, here's a prop.
These chairs we sit in here are just not that comfortable sometimes, and we're here for hours upon hours. My prop, I want that stupid little pillow that Patrick Swayze's sitting on the floor. He's like on the floor during the dance montage, and he decided that I can't just sit on the floor. I have to sit on this little baby pillow. I would like that to go on my chair so I can actually just have a nice little pillow to sit on.
I'm pretty sure he was sitting on that because of how blue his balls were while watching that happen, Michael. Okay. He's like, God dang it,
Two
this
hottest
hurts.
girls of all time wearing less and less clothes every part of the montage.
It's like, oh my God, what are those fish?
Professional.
Professional. Keep it professional. I'm a professional. She's a professional. She's not professional. No, but keep it professional. It hurts.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
If I had a prop from this, it would be the record player in Johnny's room.
Cool.
'Cause
Nice.
he's got those. If you guys notice, he's got those speakers that they go together, and
Yep.
then you like lock them up like a suitcase.
remember those.
Those are that was super cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
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 I think I want Ooh, I want the magician cutting in half thing.
Cool. Whatever.
For
Good
no
enough.
fucking reason.
Good enough, Matt.
You've got Blue Cross, right?
Anything else on this scene, boys?
Nope.
Scene 4. Back at Kellerman's, Penny is badly injured by the botched abortion, and Baby enlists her father's help to stabilize Penny. Angered by Baby's deception and assuming Johnny got Penny pregnant, Dr. Houseman commands Bobby to stay away from
Bobby.
Too many. Baby to stay away from them. Baby sneaks off to apologize to Johnny for her father's treatment, and they begin secretly seeing each other, and her father refuses to talk to her. Johnny has been nothing but mean to Baby. She's known him for 24, 48 hours. Her dad, who she loves, loves her dad so much, clearly hates him. And this is just the epitome of being 17, that's enough for her to just be like, I can't imagine never feeling the rest of my life the way I feel when I'm with you.
You're 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson that I never learned. I never caught on to it. The treat a woman badly thing that makes them love you more. I never caught on to that. Yeah. I never realized that when I was trying to court women back in the day. It was like, I love you so much. I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
I never did the I hate you.
Well, whatever. I might be able to hang out tonight. I'm not really
tell
sure.
Tell her you might be able to.
Yeah.
Chicks love that shit.
Isn't this great?
No, that's where it's just just your typical romantic comedy, all that bullshit.
With his thing too, you kind of get more of his character out throughout all this when he's like, I'm bad, baby. You don't want none of this,
Shut up.
Does he imply to her that these old women pay him pretty much to fuck them?
Yeah.
And he's sad about it.
Dude, it's a woe. It's a woe.
He's sad about it.
A woe is me. Oh, poor me. I get paid to have rich cougars seduce me and fuck me.
They don't really
at age 25.
But they don't really know my personality, and they don't really get to know me, why I love dancing. You know, they just want my duck.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you see Vivian?
It sucks.
It
almost
really
as good as Vivian does. But you're just it is very much a woe is me moment of of watching him just describe you don't get it, do you? You don't know what it's like to just be objectified and paid in diamonds. In commodities that will only earn,
you know what,
and appreciate.
Johnny actually fucking sucks. Johnny's a really shitty character. There's nothing to him. He's just I just want to dance.
Do you have any idea? Any idea how hard it is to have two or three keys handed to me, and I've got to go and then get back up again for that third time in one day?
I'm 25. There's only one so many fucks I can give.
Oh.
And you're 25.
You're fine.
You're going to be fine.
I've got this really hot girl named Penny who I really love, but I'm not dating, but I might be dating, but I'm not sure. But she got with Robbie, but I'm not sure. But then I got to go to Vivian.
Yeah, we fucked, but it wasn't I'm definitely not the fuck. We haven't fucked in a long time.
Oh, man, it's been 2 days since we fucked. I think she's been with somebody else. And weird, she fucked Robbie last night, and now she's pregnant.
And we found out real fast.
You think it's mine, right? Just because we dance so sensually together?
Yes! Yeah. We all think it's your child,
Johnny. I get it. You think that since we're amazing dance partners with the most insane chemistry that love stories are literally written about, that you think that it's mine.
Yo, there's certain moves we can't do because I'm so fucking hard every time we dance. Yeah. Oh, God, it's mine.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we nailing this or what? Because I'm pretty sure this is what this movie is about. And again, Johnny sucks. I picture this finally they've had sex, and now they're dating, and Baby's kind of hey Johnny, now that we've had sex and we're going steady, I was thinking maybe today it's so beautiful. Maybe we can go to town. We can take your car to town. We could go to a movie. Yeah. Maybe go to go on a date. Maybe take the canoe out on the lake. No, we're dancing.
Let's dance.
They literally all they fucking do is dance. No one does that.
I also like to think that he doesn't fuck, he just dances. She's oh, he's I'm such a bad boy. You don't want any of this, and she's dancing up on him, starting to kiss him and everything. He's just no.
Seriously.
I only rub. I don't dance. I don't fuck. I just dance. All right.
There just needs to be more of like somebody bursting in on him and like it's him sensually dancing with Vivian. They never actually have sex. And it's just like, oh. No.
She's just like literally have his legs across his face, just like this. It's like, it's a dance move, I swear.
Just
She has
trying.
no underwear on, dude.
They are all trying to have sex with Johnny, but he never actually does. They slip this room. Do you know how hard it is to be dancing constantly for all these women? It's so tiring.
And just this like this bullshit, like, you know, again, I talk about it all the time. Now that I have a daughter, like I just look at movies so differently, and I just dread the future of, you know, like when Johnny goes to talk to his dad, it's basically like, hey, Dad, I've known your daughter for 4 days. I know her better than you do, and here's how you can do better with her. It's like, fuck you. And the dad drops an insane truth bomb on her. He basically just says, I see someone in front of me who got his partner in trouble because we all believe that you are dating her. Sent her off to a butcher to do a bad abortion while he moved in on an innocent young girl under the age of 18 to take her virginity. Like, we all see this, bro.
Yeah. How do
At
we?
this point,
how do you
yeah,
not?
like-
how do you
I
not?
still see that.
How do you not
But it's not
interpret
that
it?
way.
But I mean, he didn't get her pregnant. But FYI,
We
all know.
We don't know this is Robbie's kid.
We all know. Well, here's what we do know is that we know that he does take responsibility for her. He says that he's trying and chalk it up to. Let's chalk that part up to trying to do the right thing. Right? I care about her. She is now. Yeah, we used to bang, but now we're just really
we bang
great
off
friends.
and on.
Yeah, we when we got to get it out. And but he does take responsibility for her, and instead of being there when this awful thing transpires, he's like, so yeah, I gotta go still dance for this thing for our livelihood. It's like, I think they'd understand, man. Like, can't we just do it a different night? You chose to still go do the dance thing with somebody who doesn't know how to dance instead of being there for that awful
Keep in
thing.
mind, he had to spend all his time practicing with the girl who didn't know how to dance
Right.
instead of comforting his really good friend who
Correct.
bangs off and on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. This could have been solved so much easier.
He could have, should have, would have been there. You know, he should have been there.
He should have been there.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I just get kind of bored at this point. Like, there are parts where I'm really like, this is like a pretty fun movie.
But then you get moments like the lover boy scene, like that where they're doing the song together or whatever. She's like crawling towards him and shit. Like, again, there are moments where
These are the ones.
their chemistry is just the movie, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, all of that convoluted pregnancy bullshit, I really don't care anymore because this is amazing. Yeah.
I also really liked this part too. I don't want you dealing with those people anymore, baby. You don't know who they are. I don't want you around them. I don't want you spending any more time while we're here. I'm not gonna like leave or anything because you know it's fine. We can just stay here and you know, but don't go near them. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go to charades out in the West lobby.
ridiculous.
Okay, baby. See you later.
Where are the parents?
Have fun.
It's like we just believe it, and that's fine. And then she goes to Robbie or whatever. I don't know, or to Johnny. That's great.
It is what it is. All right, so final scene. Johnny rejects an indecent proposal by Vivian Pressman, an adulterous wife who instead sleeps with Robbie, inadvertently foiling Lisa's plan to lose her virginity to him. Vivian tries to blame a Johnny for missing wallets. Blame a Johnny? Okay. Johnny is fired even though Baby backs up his alibi, revealing she was with Johnny the night of the theft. At the end of the season talent show, Johnny arrives and disrupts the final song by bringing Baby up on stage, and everything is fixed and right with the world.
Thank God.
The fucking Hulu song.
The Hulu song?
Sorry, Hula song
Oh,
that her goddamn sister sings.
so now can we talk about
Please.
It's fine.
the most punchable face?
Please.
I think it's charming.
No, you don't.
Let's just not.
I-
let's just.
Yeah, you guys.
I think
you guys
he's
look at each
lying
other.
personally.
Yeah, I think he's just.
I think it's just the dress she was wearing in the final scene.
It's
that's
also,
probably it.
but there's also this point that you know Lisa, like we have this moment, that I like to think that like Lisa's talking to baby. It's like saying just crappy things to her. It's like, you're just upset because you're not daddy's girl anymore, and you know I'm the one of focus. And it's just like she just takes a break. Yeah, it's me now. It's like who are you talking to, bitch? But and it's like, oh, I think I was gonna sing in the thing in the talent show, daddy, grandpapa. What do you think I should? I was gonna do I Feel Pretty. What do you think, Daddy? And he's the fact that like Jerry Orbach's just like,
holy shit, girl.
He's like, so what were you gonna sing? He just gets up and walks away from her ass because it's just like it's just white noise at this point to Jerry Orbach that he is just listening to all this crap and putting up with his wife. He has to take golfing, and he's just dealing with this daughter who's just trying to get laid but can't. And the one he doesn't want to get laid is getting laid. And he's just like, this is my life. I can't even. This is why I don't take vacations. This is why I'm a doctor.
Why can't we just do staycations anymore, okay? Vacations are a goddamn nightmare.
This is the worst.
Dude, and then like she does like, oh, well, the reason I know it wasn't Johnny's because I was with him. Hard cut to him just like staring out at the lake, just like pondering the reason why his daughter's just getting pulverized by the dance teacher at night.
Well, think about the juxtaposition of their ride here and the innocence of his two daughters of coming like family vacation. This is gonna be great. To now he's like,
No, go back.
Wow, you know what? Now the music from The Shining would make a lot more sense because this is his nightmare.
It is. He literally thought it was a great idea to bring his family on vacation to this, and within 48 hours, everything is fucked.
Now let's think about the car ride home after all of this. You know,
oh, don't worry, we'll reconcile everything before this.
Nobody got what they wanted out of this vacation. Let's be real.
This is another shitty decision in music in this movie.
Yeah.
When the sister's going to like have sex, she's gonna meet Robbie.
Yeah.
The cut with that tarot is like a needle drop cut of the like let's make love. It's like an 80s song of her going to make love. That I could just do without those choices.
Okay.
In a movie that's supposed to be in the 60s, that then there's this song that no one knows that's really bad from the 80s that's about what she's going to do. And isn't that a universal sign, a towel on the door?
Yeah, that's what it was like a sock or
something white on the door means don't you fucking come in here.
Yeah. It's a don't come in here because I'm coming in here. That's what that means. That's what the white thing means.
The sock is on it because I'm not using the sock by myself.
Right. Yes.
I am using a flesh sock.
And that's the thing. She's just like, tonight's the night I'm gonna get with Robbie, and it's just like you don't get it, do you? Like nobody cares. Nobody cares, and it's sad.
I'm finally gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it
all the way.
I'm going to, and then like in the distance from a window, you can see her mom just like, go get him, Daddy. That's what it is.
Great job, you get in there, baby.
No.
Remember what I taught you,
Johnny couldn't have done that. Why? Because he was in me all night. It's just like, dude,
over and over.
It's just like, yep.
You know that guy that's 8 years older than me?
Yep.
Well, I'm in love.
Let's just say I'm not so innocent anymore.
It's just, I know we skipped over it and everything, but it is the way that like Max talks to, so like willfully talks about the stuff going, like the bungalow bunnies and stuff to her dad. Yeah. And like, he's just like this weird pimp in this whole thing, man.
It is strange.
It's very, very weird. Because
he's got this weird undertone of like, he brings the rich people in that have a lot of money, he calls them whales, to do card games.
Yeah.
So he can like make money on the side through card games or something like that. It's a bit strange.
It's very, very strange. It's like he's just like this place should be recut and give us a trailer as a horror movie.
Dude.
Like, I'm serious. Like, you could easily recut this or just change the tone a little bit, and it's kind of a horror movie.
Dude, there's several times with Neil, right? Neil.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the look on his face.
Yeah, well, especially when he's dancing with Baby, he's like...
I know.
Oh,
Make sure he gives you. Make sure you get the whole half hour that you're paying him for, like that kind of stuff. Or I could teach you how to dance. He's a real creep about this whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole aspect of this place is very creepy.
And then you get this weird subplot thing of like the missing wallets and Johnny getting blamed for it by Vivian because Vivian's mad he didn't fuck her, even though she got her dick from Robbie.
Yeah.
But then there's like, no, but there's missing wallets at this camp.
Wait a
it's
second.
the old couple. It's the old couple. They've been everywhere stealing wallets. This is so weird.
it is.
It
This
is.
is so weird.
It's so strange. Like
We were gonna fire him, but we found out it was the old people. But we're still gonna fire him.
We
Yeah, he's
found
gone.
out.
What?
We want to just fire him regardless.
It's
And
because of me, right? Yeah, and I do get that.
Yeah.
I just, it's that moment.
because of you.
That moment of Vivian like stepping out and seeing John. It's like, that's why I couldn't have the dick that I wanted. Oh, but I got this. It's like, but I still got it anyways.
It's weird.
It's the weirdest freaking thing on
That's
like,
he's really the one I wanted to cheat on my
Yeah.
husband with.
yeah,
Dang. it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a.
And so you get
so
Johnny has to go away for no reason, and you get his actual song.
bonus.
If I go away quiet, I'll get my summer bonus. What, $5? Like what? What?
It's a lot of money back then.
Didn't you? It's like $50 back then. I guess it's like $50 bonus. Okay, cool. It's like you've just been talking about how you've basically been a gigolo this entire time, getting diamonds thrown on you, and like rained money on. Like you're upset about.
You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be okay.
And now's you're out to get away from baby.
Yeah.
Like, you can get away from this.
It's like, bro, you were drowning in pussy juice, buddy. Like, get your shit together.
You get your shit together.
Well,
like
what
the
do you
wind.
guys? Yeah, what do you guys think of the song?
I love it.
It's
I like.
great.
I just love Patrick Swayze.
Same.
Like it's still sad to me that he's gone because he's such a cool dude.
As much as
you know.
as much as we've been talking about, maybe we don't like his character so much. I do think he pulls it off really,
Yes.
really well. Like I get everything he's going for.
Yes.
Like he is like the kind of like, oh, well, they just want me for my body, and I
It's
really
a bad
just-
script.
Yeah,
You
kind of.
know, like-
But he does pull it off
Yes.
really well. And I couldn't see anybody else doing it.
Two things on that. I mean, I think it's a great departure from a lot of the Patrick Swayze maybe we have watched, because normally we have a very masculine, confident Patrick Swayze, right? Whether
Yeah.
that be like Roadhouse. I think he's even that in like Red Dawn and like, you know, a lot of his roles. But in this, he really is a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like on this side. He is, I think it makes him feel like he is much younger than previous roles or whatnot.
Definitely.
He's that's the way it feels for me. And I think he does a good job doing that.
Yeah.
And again, think about this. Maybe this was like what if we had like a role reversal where the dance instructor was a woman and the younger, innocent person coming to the, this place is a guy, you know, it would be very, very different, I think. Or you couldn't do it the same way. They just wanted me for my body, and they just wanted me, and guys are just throwing money at me
And
and
he's like,
stuff like that.
yes,
and
of
it's just
course.
like, this just takes this weird dark departure. You know, I don't know. It's very weird. It kind of flips the norm on its head a bit.
Yeah. And on top of his incredible dancing.
Oh yeah.
It's-
100%.
And this final scene's just
Yeah.
like the top notch. I
It's
mean,
a great
this
scene.
makes the movie. But this is also, is this a Back to the Future moment where, keep in mind, this is 1963, you guys, and this crowd has been all night been listening to like beep, boop, 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 boop.
Again, this white person made up song where they're just like, we had a good time at the thing that we did,
And they were like, this is
now
my
it's
favorite song.
over, yeah.
Oh my god. Then
Chanting it.
a time traveler shows up and hands a record to this guy and plays I Had the Time of My Life.
Nah. Yeah.
Is this Johnny Be Good? This crowd's going to be like, what the fuck is this? Like, they are going to completely hate this song.
Yeah.
They just put it in. Imagine 20 years from now, whatever the top song in the world will be. We're not going to like it. we might slowly get there in 20 years to be like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
If we heard it right now, we'd be like, what? It's just computer noises. Is this what music is?
Yeah.
This crowd would not love this song. This is the fish under the sea dance.
Guess you guys weren't
Happening.
ready for that one yet.
Exactly,
But your
dude.
kids are gonna love it.
Bill, it's your cousin, Marvin Medley.
Yeah.
You know that new sound you've been listening for? Well, listen to this.
I had the time of my
Yeah, I
life.
gotta be honest, Bill. That sounds like shit.
I don't really like that at all.
I love thinking about that. And then all the chairs just disappear. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
They're all sitting down. There's like 600 chairs in this auditorium. All of a sudden, they're all dancing.
And it goes back to one of my favorite jokes in I think it's Not Another Teen Movie. You would never have guessed that everybody in this place was a professional dancer, even the people who came, like even the visitors, the guests. I think it's very funny because he goes back. And are all the people that he's dancing with or that are in the bungalow, are they supposed to be like also dancer people or
Yeah.
are they just employees? Or is it like they're the dance?
That was the thing before. It was like, why didn't he just get one of those ladies? To
They're the
replace-
urchins,
Yeah.
you know? And then all the waiters like Robbie, they all hang out on their freaking, boat club.
It might have been a thing where like Max didn't hire any of them to be dance instructors, and so
Yeah.
he's not looking for one of them to be in the final dance at the end of the year or whatever.
Ah.
And so like maybe all of those girls are just like they were hired to cook, and that they just have fun and dance at the end of the night.
FYI, just so you guys know, every single person back there knew the dance that Johnny taught Baby.
To the futuristic song that no one's ever heard
Yes,
before.
they all knew the dance that Johnny was teaching Baby the entire
Yep.
movie. So literally, it's not even like, why don't you get a dancer that'll be easier to dance to? They already fucking know it.
Yep. Oh, they already knew it. This
They
is like
already
the
knew
dance
it.
of the summer. Everyone, it's the
Oh,
TikTok
you
craze.
need me to do you need me to stick the landing at the end part where you catch me? Dude, I've done it in my sleep.
That's
all the fucking time.
literally no problem
Also-
because we all know the dance, Johnny.
Did you catch that too? That they start the song as a record, but then it's assumed that the band is playing the song.
Max goes up to him. He's like, "You got sheet music for this?" No, you don't, because the song doesn't exist.
The song doesn't exist, and it's playing on a record through a little bitty speaker. You can't play along to this with your in-ear systems of 1963 and your click tracks. What are you talking about? What the fuck is going on here?
It's like, no, you can't take the song over from there. We don't have a PA. We have a one of the like megaphone things.
I'd like to picture that they heard it one time,
Yeah.
and then they just played it 87 more times. Just the crowd gets, do it again! And
Listen,
the band's like, okay, we'll do
The
it.
hippest person at this whole bullshit white person thing is Tito Suarez.
Yeah.
I'm sure he figured it out just like that. And by the flick of his conductor thing,
He said,
he got them all to learn it.
"Watch me for the changes and try to keep up."
Exactly.
That's it.
Hey.
It's I think one of the only things again worth maybe making sure we mention is this is the moment where Patrick Swayze does injure himself. He definitely injured his knee during this part of Dirty Dancing.
Why didn't he injure it earlier in the shoot with the log scene?
Yeah, it's
And then like he had to do the movie with an
Yeah.
injured knee pretty much.
yeah, and he injured it, and I think during this portion of Dirty Dancing, like they really had to cut it up and
Yeah.
make it work because he like blew his knee out like really bad. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it, guys. It's fine. It's fine. What a great, fun
great ending.
with a very awkward car ride home. What if Johnny went home with them?
He definitely did. He doesn't
What
have
if
a
he was
place
like,
to live.
he's just like, can we go? He's like,
He
well,
walked over and goes, Dad.
Dad
And,
puts his arm around
and
him.
Dad is like,
Son.
You're right.
I judged
You're right.
you
I
wrong.
saw you dancing. And that comment about putting my daughter in the corner of the room, that really got to me.
Yeah,
I love you.
yeah.
That everything's fine.
Thank you for showing me the light,
Thank
Johnny.
you for showing me the light.
And yeah, come on home. He's in the back of their station wagon, just like a happy dog. You're gonna come live with me now.
Johnny
I'm gonna
Castle.
take care of you.
Then where do they live? Like New York or Stanford or where? New York, let's say. And so
Whatever.
he's never been to New York
Yeah.
ever in his life. He's gonna get so much fucking pussy in New York, dude. And he's just gonna drop her just like that, but still be living with her and her parents.
Dirty Dancing 2, Lost in New York.
Lost in New York.
Thank you.
You know what I did notice though? I did watch this twice, and as I finished the first one, I went back to the beginning for the second, and I realized that at the very beginning of this movie we get narration,
Yeah.
and then we never get narration again.
No.
She's like, this was about the time we went to the Catskills, to the Kellermans.
This is about the time I went to the thing and with the Kellermans.
And then, okay.
And it was the summer of 60, and it was before Kennedy was shot. Well, you get it.
Well, you get it. Even for it to come back at the end and be like, that was the greatest summer of my life.
Yeah.
I learned a lot that year, and the family dynamic was never the same, but never better. I'll never forget that summer. That was the year I popped my cherry and figured out how to dance the mamba.
And learned that abortions were $250.
I'm now married with 2 kids, but I think fondly back on my days
Figured
with
out
Johnny.
that 69 is a dance move and a sexual
And
move.
In 1969, we learned that.
Yeah.
A couple years later.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm dead now. What? Like,
That's
just
not
do
a-
something. I don't know. Like, give me something. Give me a what happened to the characters something. Like, I
Sure.
would have loved that, but it's like, no, you don't need that.
I never had any friends again like I had when I was 17 at the Catskills.
I never got fucked like I did. Okay,
Thanks,
never mind.
Richard Dreyfuss. It's like, yeah, that's right.
And she forgot to press save.
Oh, dang it.
One quick theory though. In 1963, we meet Johnny Castle in Dirty Dancing. He realizes that he has charm, that he can get people to like and trust him, but he's got a rough side. He's got an edge. He grew up in the streets. He learned how to fight at a young age. We see him in a scuffle with Robbie. He dominates. He's not really even a fighter, but he just dominates this bigger dude with a longer reach. So after being around all these rich people that summer, seeing the terrible side of humanity, he knew he wanted to do something non-traditional with his life. So instead of the expected college degree that he saw from everyone else, he traveled the country. He evolved his fighting skills, became one of the best coolers in the business. We see him as Dalton in Roadhouse. But after the events of Roadhouse, he knows he's taken it too far. His path has gone down a tangent. He didn't like who he became. He didn't really want to lose control and live this kind of a rough life. So he moved to California, developed a new philosophy on life. He began to surf, and it changed his life. Thinking back on all the terrible rich people he met back when he worked summers at Kettleman's, and also his run-in with Wesley in Roadhouse, he knew two things. One, he never wanted to work again. He never wanted to work for the man again. 2, he wanted to steal from the rich. He started robbing banks. One key detail to let us know that Bodie from Point Break is indeed Johnny Castle from Dirty Dancing is that in Point Break, he tells Johnny Utah that it reminds him of a 57 Chevy he used to have. In Dirty Dancing, Johnny drives a 57 Chevy.
Boom.
Done deal.
Done. Laid out.
Stamp it.
Perfect. Mushroom stamp that into.
Try and refute that.
Yeah.
Internet. Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Well, we have dissected Dirty Dancing the best way we know how at the Confused Breakfast. We got to give it a modern day rating. AJ, what do you think about this movie, man?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's true. It's too easy to kind of pick apart, unfortunately. Like it's in the most base level, it is a romance. And you know, I think if you can be okay with that, it's a fun movie. Maybe I do really believe that it's some of the best chemistry. I mean, and best looking like dance like scenes in a movie. Like I don't think there's any refuting that. That being said, it's really hard to like latch onto and honestly like care about so many of the people in this movie. I honestly think that this movie could be recut with different music and like some more focus on specific characters, and you've kind of got like a camp horror story going on here. That being said, I do think it's a good story. I think it gave a lot for romance movies to build off of. So I mean, I think you got to give some credit where credit is due there. And I mean, obviously, Patrick Swayze, you know, he's up there and as like in kind of a saintly presence, I think, for this podcast. In a way,
I agree.
So I like it. But that being said, unfortunately, it's not my favorite Swayze. What did I give Roadhouse? Do you remember?
You really want to know, dude?
I would love
You really
to.
want to know what you gave Roadhouse?
Only if I could, because then I would know
You
how
gave
else.
Roadhouse a 6.1.
Okay. So that makes me feel good then, because I got to give this a 5.1.
5.1 for the age. Sean, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I think that some of the convoluted stuff in this with the pregnancy thing does not need to be here at all. I think that some of the script is pretty smart, but obviously where this movie shines is the chemistry between Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze. Two excellent performances in my mind. I think that, really the direction is really nothing to write home about. The dance scenes are well helmed. The choreography is fantastic. Anytime you get dancing in this movie with Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze, you're going to like this movie a lot, and that is the way it is for me. It was funny because I was thinking 6.1 on this, and that is exactly what I gave the Cutting Edge, which fits perfectly for
good
me.
call, dude.
That is 6.1.
6.1 for Sean. This is a really interesting movie for me because normally whenever you have a movie that gets into singing and dancing, that's when I hate the movie.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, God, why do we have to do this?
Singing and the dancing and the shaking of the tuchus.
I didn't want that.
But what if they're lip syncing?
Ooh.
Almost if they're like, covering the song.
Yeah,
like,
gotcha.
Like,
Anyway, what's interesting about this movie, here's what's interesting about this movie. When they're singing and dancing, that's what I love about this movie.
Okay.
So I think that tells you how bad the movie is. Sure. Like in general, if you took out their chemistry, you took out their performances, you took out their incredible dancing scenes, I think this movie's total garbage. But putting that into it, it's still better than most we've done. So I'll be a 4.6 on this one. I'm glad I finally got to watch it.
Sure,
excited.
man. Whatever.
Whatever.
good.
Starling, modern day review. Watching the movie today, much of my nostalgia hits the same. First of all, I still want that mid-century summer in the Catskills life. Me too, dude. I don't know how families had 3 weeks to hang out like that, but sign me up.
No shit.
I want shuffleboard, dinner in the main dining room, followed by jazz every night. And he had a nice little whiskey cocktail going there too. That was pretty nice. Quickly into this rewatch, I remembered there's no real climax to the movie. That's absolutely right. There's no crescendo building tension over time. It's more of a ride with a few bumps along the way until we get to one amazing dance number. Penny's problem happens earlier than you expect, and the dance competition training comes in the middle of the movie, leaving the end to be about Baby having to stand up to her father for what she really wants in life. I never understood how Baby got so involved with all these people so quickly. She went from carrying melons to paying for abortions within 2 days. but now I understand. Baby is a do-gooder.
When you simplify it down like that.
Right? When you really think about it and how some people equate holding a watermelon to having a baby, just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. She carried that watermelon for Penny. You're right.
Yeah.
Baby's a do-gooder. She's studying economics for underdeveloped regions and plans to join the Peace Corps. She wants to change the world, just not necessarily her world. She's a do-gooder who has done no real good until she gets involved with these lower-class employees who are only paid to entertain the rich guests. The more she engages, the more her own life gets disrupted. Dirty Dancing is like another cinematic juggernaut, Titanic. Both narratives delve into the complexities of social expectations, privilege, and forbidden love. Replace Baby with Rose and Johnny with Jack. At least Johnny got a door and his summer bonus. She and Johnny's relationship blossoms through the art of dance, transcending their socio-economic backgrounds. The dance sequences allow them to express themselves freely despite their differences. Side note, God bless a movie called Dirty Dancing that has a lot of just that. Dirty ass dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Their clothes might be these folks are dry humping on the dance floor. That scene with Johnny sitting and sweating on the floor while Penny and Baby dance together is hotter than any of those rainy, humid summer nights. Typically, music is the great connector bringing everyone together. Here, the film confronts issues of classism with dancing breaking down the barriers. All stations in life left on the dance floor as the movie closes. The final dance scene still resonates. The moment Johnny jumps to the dance floor and gyrates on his knees until he dances down the aisle with the rest of the dancers, it's still exciting, putting a smile across my face. As the movie wraps, Jerry Orbach's kindness to Penny, acceptance of Johnny, and love for Baby makes him the most huggable face of this whole movie.
Great call.
I think we would agree with
agree.
that. Mm-hmm. Is there a better dad in any movie? I mean, he's up there. You forget that this movie is really a series of vignettes strung together with dance numbers, but I don't care. Baby is out of the corner, up in the air, and I'm left curious what next summer is going to be like at Kellerman's. Though obviously Baby and Johnny will not make it until Christmas. This is so obvious. There's a lot of good in this movie and happy for the rewatch, but I can probably go another decade before seeing it again. He's going to go a 6.5.
Well done.
So kids, that's going to be a 5.58 for us as a group for Dirty Dancing. And that's going to place it 5.58 in the 137th spot of anything we've done, just below Encino Man, St. Elmo's Fire, and Teen Wolf, just above Cobra, Cliffhangers, and Mortal Kombat.
Wowzers.
Above Cobra.
Yeah, well.
Above Mortal Kombat.
Well, I think both of those are my fault.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We are in the middle of May of Swayz Uncaged. One more appearance for our boy Patrick Swayze, but in comes Nicolas Cage. So we're going to be doing The Outsiders next week. If you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. We were in the May of Bay Uncaged.
Yeah, buddy.
And we did Bad Boys this time last year. So go check it out.
Go check it out. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Confused Breakfast. Search for us on social media at Confused Breakfast. Just search for Confused Breakfast. Check it out on YouTube. We love hanging out with you on YouTube. Leave us a comment and check us out live in the studio. Also, make sure you guys are hitting subscribe. Most people don't even subscribe to a lot of podcasts that they end up listening to. Did you even know that? It's like
the bell.
70%.
Come on.
So smash that button. Or, just leave us a review, guys. We would really appreciate that.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can get some shirts. I think you can get some hats. I think there's stickers there. I think you can grab one of your own abortions while you're there. Let's
I don't think
go
we sell those.
confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we've covered. You can get AJ's ratings. You can get my ratings. You can get Mike's ratings. And you can get the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Support this podcast directly. Patreon.com/ConfusedBreakfast. Tons of perks. We are produced by the Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Logan at the controls. He left halfway through, came back. Thank God he came back.
I'm always coming back.
Cloud10.fm. Learn more about us and our network. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.